Today we are trying more flower nose makeup, mainly from their new Little Angel collection and their previous collection, the Black Swan. It's the Swan Ballet series. It's their previous collection. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff to try, so let's get started. First, for brow, I want to use one of their eyeshadow. It's the new Little Angel collection 9-color eyeshadow palette in the shade 02, Weeping Angel. And I just feel like these two shades could be good for my eyebrow. And for the mirror, this is a gift with order. I'm gonna rip this sticker off. Satisfying. And this is such a good mirror. I'm thinking to just take a little bit of this and a little bit of this. Recently, I haven't been doing much to my eyebrow. Like, I didn't even poke any like extra hairs. You can see it's like super bushy right now. Because I just really, like I said, I just don't feel like doing it. I feel like this is a great color actually. I wasn't wrong. Yeah, it's pretty nice. It's basically the same color as my eyebrow. My eyebrow is almost black. I don't know if it's because of my undertone. Like, I have warm olive undertone. So if I use a super cool toned eyebrow powder, it looks gray. But if I use warm toned, it looks red. Because, you know, my hair is not anywhere near like a brunette. It's truly, my eyebrow is black. But this is a good in the middle shade, like mixing this two. So for powder, this is what I got as a gift as well from the purchase. It's like a full-sized powder. And I actually wanted to get this one, but I thought I already have powder, so I don't need it. And they just sent this anyway. It's their Music Box Loose Setting Powder 01. This is such an interesting color because it's literally pink. And on the camera, it might not seem like it because it's a little bit washed out, but it's almost like a deep pink peach powder. The shade looks like what someone like have a tan skin would use to like highlight under eyes, but this one I feel like for my skin tone it's gonna be a little too dark. I wonder, will this look like basically blush on my skin? Moment of truth. Will this be too pink? I mean, yeah, probably, because on eyelid I literally can tell the pink hint. Maybe not so much on the camera, but in real life definitely can tell the hint. My eyelids definitely look pink. Not to the point that it looks like blush, like I'm applying blush under my eyes, but it's definitely adding some pink to it. And it's not like a brightening pink, it's almost a warm toned, not dark circle, it's just my under eye became a little darker. I feel like this could be something great to blend your blush, or maybe I should mix with other powder that's too cool tone or something like that. But overall, it's not too bad. I could be totally okay to walk outside with this. But yeah, I feel like applying a whole face, you can see under my eye there's like a little bit pink. The shade 01, especially if you want to use under your eyes, you at least have to have like a medium to tan skin. It's like pretty translucent. That's why it's kind of working for me. But at the same time, it has this peachy pinkiness, which is probably good for brightening for deeper skin tone. It feels so smoothing. It looks pretty blurring as well. It's setting my under eye pretty great. The next, I think I want to use their cream blush. This embossing is insane. This angle, you can see how insane that embossing is. And along with the order, they have sent a lot of like these little puffs. I think this could be used with blush. The size of this probably good for concealer and blush. It's a pretty light color, as you can see. Little Angel Collection Cream Blush in the shade 02, Moonlight Preach. Let's just take a little bit of this. And I'm trying to not ruin the face of this embossing. And I purposefully didn't set my cheek area. I don't know on the camera you can even see the color right now. In real life, it's a pretty pale color. The best approach for this blush for me is probably layer with something else, like something darker on the center, or layering on top of something that's like too warm toned, like to neutralize it a little bit. But the formula is pretty nice, I feel like. It's a little bit silicone-y, but it's also not absolutely like a silicone base. It feels like more like a cream, a very creamy cream. Let me try with my finger. I don't think I can add any more color to this because how pale it is. I think this is probably as much pigment as I can get, and you can barely see on the camera. I have 3 eyeshadow palettes, the Swan Ballet collection. This is the shade 02, and this is the one that I just showed. And this is their Strawberry Rococo series. It's their 5-color eyeshadow palette in the shade 03. I think I will use this first, like this one, to neutralize my eyelids, to set it a little bit. Maybe this shade. This looks like more of a cool-toned pale brown, to basically scope my eye a little bit. Today we're probably gonna use some not so everyday, daily basis type of colors. So using a little bit of brown as a base is definitely necessary for me. Otherwise, it just looks weird on against my skin tone sometimes. And I'm taking the warmer brown, basically blending on my whole eyelid. And these are not overly pigmented. Probably more of a buildable formula, but they are very creamy and easy to blend. For me, this type of super cool-toned color normally will not blend well against my skin tone because I'm like warm. But this is blending pretty great. I think I want to use this one the most today. Maybe we will layer some of the glitter in this because I don't feel like these two can match with each other that well. And this is the newest collection anyways, so probably better to like focus on this one. The embossing on this one is insane as well, and this is already me like swatching a couple times. These two, I want to put the blue on the inner half of my eye, and I want to use the purple on the outer portion just to see how these perform. I want to say the pigmentation is pretty great, right? Like I'm not using any eyeshadow base even. This is just some concealer. And because my eyelids is pretty well set, it's not sticky at all. So if you use a sticky base, it's probably gonna have an even better payoff. I'm blending and packing this on with no issue at all. Because this purple is on the paler side, I feel like it's losing a little bit against the blue, but again, the pigmentation is great. And also, I'm just using a fluffy brush to apply this. This is layering super well. And I want to use the deeper purple on top of this lighter lavender. This is pretty nice. And I'm not using as much as the other two colors, but the color is still showing, and I'm like using a very light touch right now. This mixed color is probably more of the color I was looking for. Pretty nice, pretty nice. For my under eyes, I want to again use these two shades. So just a little bit. By the way, these eyeshadows have a little bit of kick off. If you are doing like a super intense makeup, probably better to pay attention to the fall off. But for me it was okay because these are all light colors and I was being super careful and I wasn't like packing on the eyeshadow. So I was totally okay. And it's not like it's too bad. Just a little bit, like you can see a little bit. Okay, I was putting on glitter and I totally forgot to record it. But yeah, basically I put on this shade as a base in the center and I put on this shade first and this shade second. So basically you can see silver reflex and some purple reflex. So the silver one is the darker shade, the purple one is a lighter shade. The lighter shade has a shift, like a pink and blue shift to it. So basically on the eye it looks purple because it's pink and blue. And both of these have a little bit of fallout, like as you might be able to see. There's glitter all over my face. So maybe better to wear glue base underneath if you're using a lot. And there is another glitter. This is also a gift with purchase. This is their Swan Ballet collection, I think. It's their liquid eyeshadow in 03. And this one is a very intense silver glitter as well. I think I want to layer a little bit of this along my lash line to see how intense this is. This is very intense. Not sure if you can see on the camera, but yeah, this is so intense. I have used a lot of this type of liquid glitter eyeshadows. Most of them giving this super cooling, almost burning sensation on my eye. But this one is not doing that. I wonder what's different with this formula. I feel like this is looking more like a stage makeup more than anything. Just completed my eyes and I want to just put a little bit of this to intensify my eyeliner. Just a touch. Because today I was using a gray eyeliner and I feel like it should be deeper. I think that's good. That's the level I was looking for. And the pigmentation is actually great and it's like a warm charcoal shade. It's almost black but not there yet, so I feel like it's not too intense because I feel like against my complexion, a lot of super black eyeshadow as eyeliner, it just looks a little bit too intense. But this one I think is just deep enough, but it's not too deep. I feel like you can see against my hair, which my hair is like almost just black. This one does not look like it's actually black, but at the same time it's not like a gray. Yeah, it's just a warm charcoal shade. This should be for another video, but I have this another C Beauty brand is Judy Doll. I was saying that super weird. Judy Doll. And because today is a super cool toned, I think this shade could work well, but I don't want to have the blush to be too in your face. So I'm just gonna focusing my brush on the topper half. And this brush is a gift with purchase as well. It's a super cool brush. I think this is also the Ballet collection because you can see this is like the corset part of the ballet dress. Not too pigmented, I want to say. Oh, probably a little too much. This is like cooking. It's either not enough salt or you put just one little pinch more salt and it's suddenly too salty. I feel that when I apply my makeup all the time. And now we have two highlighters. Little Angel Collection Embossed Highlighter L03 Chanting Anthem and L04 Moonlighe. I think this one is more of the champagne gold shift one. This embossing is insane. like another one, the 04. It also looks white, like looks silver, but this one is a blue shift. So I think I'm gonna use this one today because today our makeup is so blue. And these are more of a glittery formula, so maybe it's better to use my finger rather than a brush. Yeah, I always feel like this kind of a little bit glittery shade, especially for highlight, it's better to use your finger. Like the Fenty Diamond Balm, this definitely has that vibe to it. But if you don't like glitter, don't buy this. This is pretty glittery. And let me put some on the inner corner of my eye. You can, I don't know if you can tell, it's pretty blue. It looks very cohesive connecting to the eyeshadow. I really like this shade, but I just feel like I have to think of a way to incorporate this into my daily makeup. Because this is blue and it's glittery, I just feel like you kind of have to figure out how to use this in a more basic, neutral type of look. But yeah, it's beautiful. I actually really like this formula, even though it's glittery. Lips, I don't think I have anything new from them. Like when it comes to lips, thinking just a little bit under. It's the shade 10 Plum. I don't want to use anything too overpowering, but also I want some color and preferably a cool tone color. And I think this is just the right tone, but I feel like, almost feel like it's a little too dark. What do you think? I don't know. I don't know if I love it or hate it. I couldn't figure out what's throwing me off a little bit, but I guess it doesn't look too bad against this makeup. I think it's just need to be a little bit sheerer and less pink. Let me see, do I have anything that could be like better than this? Dior Color Reviver Balm. It's just, you know, you see this packaging, you know what it is. It's the original shade, the 001 pink. What do you think? Which one is better? I can't tell because this is not exactly what I was looking for either. Actually, I was going to get a black lip gloss while I was in China, but it was the Chinese New Year period. So a lot of the shipping companies basically are on their holidays, and also a lot of shops, online shops, were closed. So basically I couldn't get the black lip gloss that I wanted to get, which is from the brand called Girl Code. I'm thinking maybe we can use the blush as a base because this blush is pretty pale, right? Well, it's like concealer lips. I mean, of course not just like this. Still, I don't know how I feel. I still think if I had bought the lip gloss that I wanted, like the black sheer lip gloss, it would go the best with this makeup. I tried. I don't think this look bad with this makeup, but it's just not the look I pictured in my head. Let's rub this up. For the powder, I think the formula is great. It's just the color is a little bit too pink. Now I complete my whole face, I don't see that much of pink anymore. So I think if applied in a sheer layer, it could work for me. And this formula you don't need much, even if you want to set your skin well. You just don't need much. It feels more like those HD powders. If you have used them, you probably know what I'm talking about. Those powders, you don't need a lot, even you want to set your face like completely, no stickiness. Eyeshadow, all of them are great, but my favorite would be this one because, I mean, first of all, I use the most shade out of this one. But second of all, I just feel like these colors, the pastel colors, the quality of this is truly great. And the payoff is there, even without trying much with the base or the application or anything. You just like normally apply with some fluffy brush, it still gives you a decent payoff, which I like that. I don't like to worry too much about the technique. This two shade looks great as eyebrow powder. The color is great. And I haven't tried these on my eyelids, but from the swatch, they are great as well. This palette, the gray, is such a great warm charcoal shade. It's such a great eyeliner shade with like a cool toned eye look like this. And the glitter is kind of insane. Again, love this. This one, I just used these two light brown shades, so I can't say much. But from the swatch, I feel like this is a great formula as well. The blush, I feel like I should have picked a deeper shade, because even though from the pan you would think this is gonna work for my skin tone, but swatching it, I can see it's like much of a lighter shade, and this looked like a peachy pink shade, right? But swatching this is basically a milky baby pink, like a super pale baby pink shade, which is a little bit too light for me. If you have fair skin tone, I feel like this could be a great shade. The highlights are those type of glitter type of formula. It really comes down to your preference. I just feel like for a glitter highlight, this is the formula is great. But if you are not into glitter highlight, I just don't think these are for you. The liquid eyeshadow, it was not burning my eyes, which is so rare. Most of these glitter liquid eyeshadows do. I wonder what they used as their base. This is a gel based and it's super pigmented, as you can see the line. I love this one as well. The brush is pretty cute, like great to apply your blush. And the little puff they give me is like super cute. So basically I loved everything. And I really love this brand, even though I am like still pretty new to this brand. This is probably gonna become my new favorite brand. Thank you for watching. If you have any other like C Beauty brand that you think is great or you want to try, please comment down below. Even though I'm from China, I'm pretty new to C Beauty because I have been living in Japan for like 10 years. But yeah, recently I have definitely been catching up on the C Beauty brands and I am super interested. And also I have 2 other brands to try. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.